Looks like just one person is on, or two people are on, so I'm gonna wait a little longer. Okay. Okay. This. And we are going to go ahead and get started. If y'all are ready, I would take your silence as a yes. All right, everybody. This is Dr. O. Thanks for participating. Thanks for viewing this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Today's topic discussion, it revolves around relationships and who in relationship tells more lies. Is that men or women? So when I use the word lie or liar, I'm looking at it from an APA or American Psychological Association perspective or lens. In this particular case, lie is defined as a false statement known to be untrue that is made with the intention to deceive. If you are paying attention, there are two components in that definition. One is the accuracy of the information, and then the second is the intent of the person to be deceptive. So I want to discuss it based on that definition. Again, I'll say it again. Lie, based on APA lens, is a false statement known to be untrue that is made with the intention to deceive. And then there are two parts to that. You got the first, which is the accuracy of the definition, and then the second is the intent of the person to be deceptive. I wanted to discuss this topic based on some studies that I've read just over probably 5, 6, maybe as far back as 7 years or so. And I'm big into studies and research, especially empirical research. But to get things started, I want to hear your thoughts on an article that I read a few years ago, probably in 2000, maybe 17, 18, I think 18. In any case, it was published in a rigorously assessed peer review journal, which, if you don't know, that process is where experts in the field, they will review the article to determine the degree of reliability and validity of the data. But anyway, there were some conclusions. There were some conclusions in that article, and one of the conclusions was that liars tell plausible lies that stay close to the truth. And I can attest to that because I try to be as honest as possible when I lie. So I get that. But the other conclusion, and this is one I want you all to comment on to get things started, it says women were more likely to lie to make the person they were talking to feel good, while men lied the most often to make themselves look better. Do y'all think that is true? that's that's a lie. What's a lie? Maybe I need to repeat the definition. So let me repeat the definition just in case you didn't catch it, because I think your answer would have been different. So lie, again, is based on the APA, American Psychological Association, and it defines lie as a false statement known to be untrue that is made with the intention to deceive. So again, the conclusion from that study, or one of the conclusions from the study, was women were more likely to make or more likely to lie to make a person feel good, while men lied most often to make themselves look better. Is that true? Can't believe you said that was a lie. But no, let me hear your thoughts. What are y'all thoughts on that? Do women lie more so to make people feel good, while men lie to make themselves look better? You say you're sorry. That's true. Why? Why is what part's true? Is all of it true that women were more likely to lie to make the person they're talking to feel good, while men they lie to make themselves look better? Are you saying both parts are true? Why? Why is that true? Why do you feel that's true? It can go any way. I'm not sure what that means. It can go any way. Are you meaning Blue Storm? It can go either way? And someone said, I can see that. Someone said they can see that conclusion. They can see that conclusion as being true, that women were more likely to lie to make the person they were talking to feel good, while men lied most often to make themselves look better. Most of the time, it probably is. All right. But I don't lie at all. Well, sir, you just lied right then. So I think that cancels out your statement of I don't lie at all. Itself is a lie. So I think you were being, let's look at that definition again. Definition of a lie is a false statement known to be untrue that is made with the intention to deceive. So you did both of those components of that statement, of that definition is present in your statement. It says women sometimes lie so other people's feelings won't get hurt. Okay, so that's that part of that conclusion, which is women were more likely to lie to make the person they were talking to feel good. I know many women who do the same. Okay, do the same as far as what? Lie to make themselves look good. Okay, all right. Say yes that he knows women that lie to make themselves look good, look better. Does anybody think that's false? Your mom. So what we're talking about for y'all, those of who just coming on, I gave the definition from an APA standpoint, which is the definition of a lie is is it's a false statement known to be untrue that is made with the intention to deceive. And it's broken down into two components. You got the first, which is the accuracy of the information that's being presented, and the second is the intent of the person to be deceptive. So the question I asked, a conclusion from an empirical research article I read, which stated women were more likely to lie to make the person they were talking to feel good, while men lied most often to make themselves look better. Wanted to know if that was true. And who thinks it's false? Just joking, mom. I think your mom is something like somebody you don't probably want to joke with. Probably. All right, so I got some people saying that they feel it's true. So one or two people saying that it can go either way. Does anybody think that's false? Men wake up to lie, so yes, I think it's true. Men wake up to lie. So, ma'am, are you suggesting that a man's purpose is to lie? Because if they wake up to lie, like, man, I gotta wake up and get these lies going. I can't sleep all day because I got lies to tell. Is that a man's purpose? Wake up so that they can get their day started with a whole bunch of lies? Blue Storm said, people lie. Well, naturally, yes, people lie. Yes, a man. Yes, a man purpose is to lie. All this time I thought it was for, like, I don't know, fatherhood and provider and any number of things, but I didn't know it was to lie. I said no, but I lie. I saw another conclusion from that same study. It said that the most common trait of liars was to leave out certain information. So in other words, they leave out information that they think may cause the conversation to go in a way that they did not want to go. Is that true? One of the most common traits of liars was to leave out certain information. And if so, who is likely to leave out that information, men or women? Blue Storm said, I'm open and honest. I don't know about that. So that's not, somebody said that's not their purpose. That's just what they do. They're deceitful. You're saying that it's not a man's purpose, which is to wake up to lie, like one user said. You're saying that that's not their purpose. That's just what they do. They're deceitful. And women aren't deceitful, I imagine. Somebody wrote, sometimes a lie isn't meant to be a lie. It can be a misunderstanding, or someone gave the person that lied misinformation or on a person, place, or thing, causing someone to think that the person is lying. So it's a lot of stuff in a lot of details in that short statement. If the lie isn't meant to be a lie, then we got to go back to the definition, right, of what a lie is. A lie is a false statement known to be untrue. So if you thought it was true, then it's not a lie. It's like you said, Blue Storm, that it's misinformation. You were wrong in the information you presented, but you didn't go into it, make that statement with the intention of misleading someone or to be deceptive. That's not what you did. So then that wouldn't be a lie in that case. I agree to that. Someone said, to me, leaving out info is a lie. So if you don't present the whole truth, it's a lie. Someone wrote, what? I agree. Okay, someone wrote, men liars, men lie, men. I don't know what you're trying to say. A man's lies leave out a lot of information. They usually get mad when you get to the truth. So are you saying, I as a man or men, we will leave out, I don't know, 30% of the information, and we'll get mad if you find out about that 30%? Okay. All right. Hmm. I kind of agree with you, but I know both. I know men and women who do that, who leave out stuff. Enigma rule, I leave out around 54% to keep the computer. So are you saying, why would a woman be confused? Why do you feel a need, Enigma, to leave out 54% to keep the confusion down? Somebody wrote, men tell you things on a need to know basis. Like, so they need the clearance, is what you're saying. Some of this is classified, G14 classified. They don't have the clearance to hear all of it. Okay, I can agree with that. I could agree with that. Okay, I can see that. But I'm interested in leaving out that 54%. That's a strong number. Why is 54% left out? And it kind of goes with another person said, men tell you things on a need to know basis. So, Enigma, you're saying that you leave out 46%. No, you only tell them 46%. Is that because the 54% is not a need to know? They don't need to know? Yeah, why? That's a very unique or odd number, 54%, not half, even 55, but 54%. Why 54%? In Williams, you're saying men tell you things on a need to know basis. Are they not capable? Are you saying women aren't capable of either they're not qualified to hear the rest? And Enigma, you're saying they're not capable of hearing all of it because they may be confused? Oh, he's joking. To be honest, I think that admitting the truth in any way is a lie. You can lie with your words, actions, and even your appearances. All right, so pet peeve of mine. I'll ask a person, and I may be able to see it on their face, but even if I can't, or about some other type of body language, I'll ask a person, hey, is everything okay? If they tell me no, that's it, right? Because I asked them a question. They were qualified to hear my question. I know they know what all my words mean, but they tell me no. What they really, I've been told, they would really want me to ask them again, hey, are you sure? But see, my problem is if I ask you again, are you sure? I already asked you once, you told me no. If I ask you again, and, hey, are you sure? And you say yes, you lied to me, right? So now I don't even care what you have to say because I already asked you. I don't have time for games. If something's wrong, it's wrong. If I ask you, hey, is everything okay? You're all right? Yeah, I'm fine. And you say it's sighing or sigh or I don't know. But most people I was told will ask again, hey, are you sure? Something looked wrong. Well, yeah, you already lied to me. Now the conversation's done and I don't even care. Yeah, that is fair. I agree. It is fair because I asked you, do we really have time to be wasting? And if I ask you, hey, are you hungry? No, I'm not hungry. And then I go get something to eat and come back. Well, why didn't you offer to give me anything? I asked you, were you hungry? Well, I was. I just didn't want to impose, et cetera, et cetera. I don't have time for all that. You already lied to me. When you ask two times, then I become irritated. Okay, so and that's good to know. I would like to meet you because I don't know too many people like that. Most people I know, they want you to ask them that second time. Hey, everything all right? Yeah, it's all right. Are you sure? Well, no, it's too late. The well is too late. It's already done, already gone. But more on that second conclusion. Again, it said the most common trait of liars was to leave out certain information. All right, let's accept that as true for a moment. Who leaves out more information? Would that be men or women? Hershey is special. I'm not sure what type of special you're talking about, Enigma. You're saying special meaning they drive the bus, special meaning they can't drive the bus because they don't know how, or but a lot of women do that. This evens up the score. What does a lot of women do there, Enigma? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Special meaning honest and all right. Naheem said, gonna have to go with men. I think you're saying men leave more out. Another person said men. Another person said men leave out more information. It takes about a week to get to get a full story. Well, I like your persistence. If I told you something, if I left out 54%, or you're not qualified to hear all the information that somebody else said, you're staying with it for a week. I think that would irritate me. A lot of women said that they're okay when they really want you to ask. You mean they want you to ask a second time? Why does it take all that? I asked you once. I asked you at the beginning. Why do they want women? Why do women want men to ask them a second time? Dizzy Girl is saying to Paris Dyson, men leave out more information. It takes about a week to get to full story. Well, we had two people say either one, y'all will get confused if we tell you everything, and two, you may not need to know the rest of the story. What do you say to that? Is Dizzy Girl man bashing? You may have to ask her. You may have to ask her. Enigma, no, not man bashing, but I'm just being truthful. Well, thank you for being truthful. Okay, so I can agree with that. Sometimes it is necessary to leave out certain information. Earlier, I thought you said, sir, that you leaving out any information is a lie. But now you're saying you think it's necessary to leave out certain information. We need all the correct information, another person said, not 54%. All right, so Enigma, if you said it is necessary to leave out certain information, what information may be necessary? Give me some examples. And then I have some questions for y'all in a couple of minutes. I want to ask, I'm going to go down a list and get your idea or get your opinion on who would lie more, men or women, in certain situations. But I do want to know, why is it necessary? What type of information would you leave out? Omission is betrayal, somebody said. But sometimes we do it to protect ourselves or the other person. We mean people. Omission is betrayal. How is, and then even in your own statement, G, Nikki G, said omission is betrayal, but sometimes we do it to protect ourselves or the other person. Okay, so are you admitting then that you betray people? Because you do, even if you omit something to protect yourself. At the beginning, you said omission is betrayal. So are you intentionally betraying people? 54% is a very generous number to leave out. Okay. So you saying, Enigma, you would even leave out more than 54%? That's funny. Okay, all right, next. So you said you admit that you intentionally betray people. to protect them or yourself. Should it not be their decision? I understand protecting yourself, but you're trying to protect them. Should it not be their decision? Somebody said, Hershey Kids said, honestly, nobody can handle the truth. I think that was from a movie. I think Jack Nicholson said that. A movie, Few Good Men or something like that. Anyway, nobody can handle the truth. Why do you feel that way? Nobody can handle the truth. Why do you feel that way? Another user said, omission for selfish reasons is betrayal. So if it's unselfish, is that okay? I can handle the truth and you with the same hand. Okay. I never saw that movie. It's I can't say when it was made. It kind of tells my age. Oh, screw it. I think it was what, 94, maybe 93, 94, 95, something like that. I don't know. And Nikki's saying, yes, she has betrayed people. Thank you for being honest. It's a good movie, actually, and I think he ad-libbed that particular part of the movie. You can't handle the truth. I had read something about that, and he had put that in. It wasn't actually written in the script, but anyway, good movie. It says, tell us the truth, Dr. O. What do you need the truth on? That I haven't seen the movie, or that I've seen the movie, or what? Omission for selfish reasons is betrayal. I mean, if it's unselfish, if you're admitting something to protect someone, okay. Tell us your age. No, thank you. I think the person who is losing can't handle telling the truth versus the person who is being lied to. The person who is losing? Did you mean the person who is lying can't handle telling the truth versus the person who is being lied to? Yes, omission to protect someone is cool. Omission to protect. Okay. Omission to protect, I'll just say your sexual activity or mismanagement of your, yeah, we'll just say that is betrayal. Okay. Watch yourself, Enigma. But good point. So if you're messing around, omitting something in that case is bad, is what you're saying. I think that people can't handle the truth because they are scared of something. Yep. Women don't lie and men don't cheat. I think on that note, we can probably go ahead and end this because that really sums everything up, that women don't lie and men don't cheat. It kind of gets to the crux of this entire thing. So unless y'all have something else, no, okay. I think that people can't handle the truth because they are scared of something. Okay, like breakups, etc., etc., etc. Mismanagement. That's funny. Okay, so then omission to protect someone is cool. Omission to protect your sexual activity or mismanagement of your sexual area is betrayal. So you're saying if they managed it right, then what? They can say something or no? I agree. Lying is strategic for both men and women. It is. Perhaps. All right. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna ask y'all if they manage it right, it's the if they manage it right, it stays home. What stays home? It doesn't come out, or they stay home? They manage it right. It stays home. Good point. Okay. It stays home. Got it. Got it. So then, no, that's a topic for another time. All right. So who, hmm, who's the better liar, men or women? One male said men. Okay, I got men, women lie better, men. All right, so let me clear up better. Better in the sense of not getting caught better, not who thinks they're better. Correct. The title is Who's the Bigger Liar? And we're going to get to that. A T. Bigger doesn't mean better. Correct. Look how very perceptive of you. Bigger, learning these words don't mean the same thing. Good for you. Got that public school education that you got. Good for you. Woman for sure. All right. All right. So let's switch. Who is the bigger liar? Who lies the most? Who lies the most? Men, 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 men. Men are the biggest. Men. That's surprising that y'all think men lie the most. Men lie more. Sometimes men may know a woman is lying, but the man doesn't want confrontation from that woman, so he accepts that lie. That is very well said. I do not like drama. I've broken up with women because we've argued too much, or they seem to be drawn to fussing over nothing. Hey, did you drink the last of the juice? It's just you and I in here. You know I drank the last of the juice. Why are we with the stupid stuff? I think, but she's right. Men, we don't want confrontation, so we accept that lie. You may not know that we know you're lying, but that is a true statement. We will accept that lie because it's strategic. Like somebody said earlier, it's strategic. They said men and women lie for different reasons, but the lie was strategic. But also accepting the lie can be looked at as a strategic thing as well. Is it worth getting into an argument with this person over this lie that they told? I read an article about a year ago was saying that men are more likely, I think it said twice as likely to think or to consider themselves to be good at lying and get away with it. So we're twice as likely to believe we're better at lying and that we get away with it. I thought that was interesting. Somebody, Enigma said, I accepting no lie. My mama ain't raised. No. Okay. Men are the bigger lie. All right. So let me ask you these. All right. So I'm gonna run down a list and y'all tell me who's more likely to say the following. All right. So these are just statements, but who are more likely to say the following. But let me read this last comment. It says, men and women are waking up to each other first. There are men and women that don't lie. Let's be fair. What men and women you know that don't lie? Like even me, I try to be as honest as possible when I lie, right? So, but it still could be a lie. But you know, men and women that don't lie. We start even at the early age of 2, 3 years old, depending on the cognitive development of the child. But they start to learn what a lie is at that age. Now, it's not necessarily to deceive someone like adults, but they know if I say this, this reaction happens, right? So if I say no to this, I'll get this, or if I say yes to this, I'll get that. So even then, way back then, that they're lying and they're forming and everything again for different reasons. But who do you know that don't lie? He said, let's be fair. For those that do lie, perhaps the substance and severity of lies for men and women are the same. Okay. Okay. Let's see that. Somebody said, men are not getting away with anything. Sometimes women don't feel like arguing. It's the same thing that somebody else said earlier, where the woman will lie, the man will know, but they don't want to get into an argument. So you're saying in yours, it's countering that. You're saying the opposite. So it sounds like we both, I don't know, yeah, I don't know if I should say gender or what have you, but men and women both lie, and each and the other can know that it's a lie, but they'll just let it go. Everybody lies, especially people that say they don't lie. All right, right. I'm assuming we aren't talking little white lies, and we're going to get to that here shortly. So let me ask y'all. Getting back to what I said a few minutes ago, I'm gonna make a statement, and y'all tell me who y'all think is more likely to make this statement, men or women. First one, I didn't see your text or your call. I didn't see your text or your call. Oh, that's funny. All right, so let's stop there for a second. For a second. I'm talking this is your baby lies. It's not my baby type of lies. I'm talking Maury and Jerry level lies. All right, so for me, kind of controversial. A man's lie is, oh, I was over Thomas's house. And really they were over Tiffany's house. A woman type of lie is you're the father, right? So that's how I look at men and women as far as who lies more or who's the bigger liar. All right, but my question of who is more likely to make the statement? I didn't see your text or your call. I won't let it go, Dyson. Someone will get tired of me real quick. All right, so one person said women. Women are more likely to say, I didn't see your text or your call. Women are more likely to say that. I didn't see your text or your call. Who's more likely to say that? I didn't see your text or your call. Who didn't see your text or your call? Who's more likely to say that? Got one person saying, woman, don't get quiet. They are a little quiet at the moment. I didn't see your text or your call. Who's more likely to say it? When Christ is watching, right? Yeah, I agree. I didn't see your text or your call. I don't know, Enigma, if this means that we should go to the next question or what. Oh, here comes somebody. Men are more likely to say, I didn't see your text or your call. One person said men, although when you are around them, their phone never leaves their side. Okay. I'm laughing because somebody told me that. When did they? I'm not getting. I don't know. Kind of recent. So you're saying, why is it, men, when we're around you, your phone is always damn near in your pocket, it's glued to your hand. However, when I'm not around you, it's just laying around. Is it possible, Miss Dyson? Is it possible that we have to hold on to it because we don't want you going through our phone? One person said my phone was dead. I don't own a phone. Somebody said both. I won't let it go either. I'm still asking questions about things that happened 4 years ago. Okay. I think you may want to go to the doctors about that or something. So one person said it depends on the question of who is more likely to say, I didn't see your text or your call. What about 20 years ago? Y'all don't give up. You don't. Who was I? I was dating somebody. This was many years ago, many years ago. And I don't know, I think I was with her for about a year and a half or so. And almost monthly, she brought up someone that she caught me looking at within the first 3 weeks of us getting together. But in my defense, she looked at her too. So it could have been for different reasons, but I didn't even get a chance to explain my reason for looking at her. Now, which is good because the truth would have come out, 54% of it, or 46% of the truth would have come out. But she just did not let that go. Like, you remember that one time? Yeah, I remember that time. Why does this keep coming up? All right, so everyone lies. We both do, but I think men say more often, I didn't see your text or call. All right, next one. I was out with my friends. Who is more likely to say that? That kind of situation would get brought up daily. I looked at somebody a year and 5 months ago. Why is that going to be brought up so frequent? 54% gang. Yeah, I'm liking this 54% thing. Now, I may go on the other side and say, I'll tell you 54% versus leaving 54% out, but it's a nice solid number. I don't like when people are confused, and some people seem to forget that language has words and words have meaning. So the word has to make sense in the language that you're speaking it. And I just don't want to confuse people. So that's it. I think I'm gonna write that down because it sounds like something that I may forget. 54%. And somebody else said, oh no, G14 classified. Okay. Nothing else to do, I guess. Right. Somebody said, depending on the lie will determine if I'm going to argue about it or not. Exactly. See, Dr. Great. Yeah, right. I'll write that down. I am a little jealous that I didn't think of that first. But the question is, who is more likely to say I was out with my friends? Men are more likely to say I was out with my friends. Okay. Guess y'all didn't hear that Mr. Biggs, Ron Isley, and R. Kelly song. A man can smile at women, he looks at her like a sister. I don't, no comment on that. So men are more likely because we be out with the guys. So you're saying, men are more likely to say, I was out with friends because it's true. That's what you're saying. Somebody else said women are more likely to say I was out. Men love being out with their friends. But don't people love being out with their friends, regardless if you're a man or woman? But who's more likely to say it and it be a lie? Maybe I needed to clarify. But I don't have any friends. I think you are a little too on the, I don't know if thuggish is the right word or gangster is the right word or what. But I wish my brother Reed was on here so he could tell the story about the time where the school had called and to give a good news story about how well your child was doing, but you just curbed and would immediately fire and ham on him immediately, didn't give him a chance to even hear it. You saw the school and you saw it was the school calling, picked up, immediately went in and started cursing. And principal hung up, looked at him and said, I see where you get it from. I wish he was on so he could tell that story. As a thug, I knew it. Right. All right, so I think that one. You probably don't remember that episode because there was many of them, but that's one that I will never forget. That might be another lie right there. I said, no, that's the truth. That is the truth. Next one. Who is more likely to say, and I'm clarifying it, but it's a lie. I do like your friends. Yeah, I like your friends. They're okay. I do like your friends. Who's more likely to say that? When women are with someone, they want to spend their free time with the man they are dating. Women in relationships don't go out with friends so they can be with their man. Well, I think that's kind of a subjective thing. It could even be a cultural thing and not necessarily culture to race, ethnicity, or nationality. It could be culture to just a particular region or culture to the people you work with or whoever you frequent. But to say that women in relationships do well with their friends so they can be with their man, that is really on a subjective side. I've been with women who encouraged me to, it was flipped. I wanted to spend most, if not all of my time with the woman, but she was encouraging me, hey, why don't you go do this and go do that and everything. And it came back to bite her because I don't want to get in that. But so it's subjective. But the question of who's more likely to say, I do like your friends, and it'd be a lie. Out of one person saying women, men, hands down. So a guy being with friends, lie or not, is problematic. No, nope, not at all. If you ask me if a guy goes out with their friends, is it problematic? No. Why would that be a problem if I'm understanding you correctly? Women lie about liking friends. All right, so it seems to be mixed on who is more likely to say, I do like your friends. Yeah, your friends are okay. Next question. I never messed around on you. I never cheated on you. What are you talking about? Who's more likely to say that? And it'd be a lie. Men, it's another woman for them to look at. It could be, especially if that's not actually what he's doing. It could be a problem if that's not what they're doing, but that could be a problem that you're talking about the previous question of, I was out with your friends, I think. But no, yeah, it can be a problem for either. The current question is, no, I never cheated on you. I never messed around on you. Who's more likely to say that and be a lie? I got women. I said WOMEN, and then women. Men, M for men. Men. What in the world? Men. Men. Very honest of you, Dizzy. Yes, we got a woman saying women are more likely to say, oh no, I haven't cheated on you, but it'd be a lie. I agree, Enigma. That's very honest of her. The other women seem to be saying men. Yeah, just keeping it real. I agree. Well, thank you for being honest. Men, that's an honest woman. The rest are liars. So you're saying, going back to the definition, I'm going to repeat it. Again, most of whenever I'm giving definitions in general, just in case I fail to mention it in the future, it's all majority will be from the American Psychological Association, LENS, or APA. And the definition of lie is a false statement known to be untrue that is made with the intention to deceive. Woman, woe equals men. Okay. Yeah, that's that public school there for you. Okay. Type of equation is that? WO equals men. Okay. I was raised in public schools. I'm only joking. Nothing wrong with it. T, drugs are bad. I agree. You know, if it's not, drugs are bad. Remember the whole thing back in the, I can't say because it'll give away my age, but just say no. You ought to just say no there, T, because you may, drugs are bad. Angry months. We were talking about Black women being so angry and why they get their reputation. And is this kind of a point? Why are you angry? Do I have personal knowledge of such as far as drugs? I haven't touched a drug that wasn't prescribed, such as, I don't know, what does the military give you? Ibuprofen or whatever they give you, whatever the case. I haven't touched any type of drugs ever. Haven't smoked anything ever. I didn't take my first drink until I was 25, and I kind of felt forced. And that was one of those little girly drinks or fruity drinks. I was told that they were girly and fruity. I think it was an apple martini, which was delicious. So I had one, and I started to drink another one, but I stopped. Then I woke up the next day with the worst headache I think I've ever had. And I didn't know anything about drinking. It's like, what the heck? What's wrong? And the girl I was with, she was like, "Oh, you must be hungover." I said, "Is this what happens to everybody? Why would anybody ever do this more than once?" But no, kind of getting off point. I haven't, and I rarely drink. If I do, it's like wine, but I haven't did any type of drugs. But you, ma'am, you should just say no. That was for, let's not come for each other here. All right, let's not do that. Next one. I like the gift you got me. Yeah, I like it. Who's more likely to say that and it be a lie? Are you laughing at me? And it was the worst thing. I couldn't, man, it was horrible. I couldn't understand why a person would do this more than once. I said, let's not war, meaning let's not argue about the public school thing. Oh no, I went to public school. Nothing wrong with it at all. Whenever I said it earlier, I was definitely joking. Nothing wrong with public school learning and anything like that. I'm a product of it, and look how fabulous I am. So, who is more likely to say, "Yeah, I like the gift you got me. It's great," and be lying? What do I got? Women. He said, "I'm glowing. What do I have? How am I glowing? Am I glowing? Oh no, this is my natural look. This what you see. I didn't do anything to this. This is not any makeup or anything like that. This is just I kind of woke up like this. So I brushed my teeth, and the rest is natural." Okay. So who's likely to say, and it'd be a lie? Yeah, I like what you got me. I love the gift you got me. Probably have a beautiful little brother. I think that starts even above, right? So it starts up and comes all the way down. Now I can't. It's hard to measure something like that. Like you can't measure back pain. They give you a 1 through 10 scale, but I can't measure back pain compared to your back pain. So the whole, you probably have a beautiful little brother naturally because genetic, but we're getting off topic. Getting off topic. Who is likely to say, yeah, I like the gift you got me? Women, both. Men, women, both. A man is likely to say, that's something I would say often. Hey, do you like it? And I'm able normally to keep a straight face when I'm talking, so they can't really tell. I don't change anything when I'm answering questions, really. So I say that often, but in my mind, I'm thinking, like, I don't even have a PlayStation. Why are you getting me a PlayStation game? Is it a man? No, a woman, definitely a woman. Okay. Right, so I want to pivot, transition some. Someone brought up white lies. Are white lies okay? And just so that we're all clear and we're talking about the same thing. Well, when I'm saying white lies, I'm talking about they're considered harmless or trivial lies, kind of designed to avoid hurting someone's feeling. Are white lies okay? And if so, when is it okay to tell white lies? Or is it ever okay? White lies. Harmless or trivial lies designed to avoid hurting someone else's feelings. So is telling white lies okay? Is it okay? And if so, when? Somebody wrote women. I think that's just a delayed reaction, a delayed post. So I'm not sure what you're talking about when you say women. No opinion? No opinion on white lies? Are white lies okay? To most, it's okay to tell white lies. Why do you say to most? Why do you say to most it's okay to tell white lies? Um, when you are in a position to say otherwise, yes, your true opinion doesn't matter to some people. So just be nice, or maybe it simply just isn't the time to give a true opinion. So that you're saying that's an example. You're saying one, yes, it's okay, and two, here's an example. Enigma said yes when it doesn't involve telling a white lie because of some BS you did that was dead wrong. Because I personally rather have the truth about the smallest thing. Okay. Somebody says you are funny. Thank you. Now, is it, y'all say a white lie, it's okay. Isn't a lie though? So now y'all have exceptions to when it's okay to do so. White lies. When is it okay to tell these little white lies? Or is it okay? I got some people saying yes, and they gave me examples. Who says no? Somebody said, personally, yes, I have exceptions to almost every rule, such as is life. I make these rules and I break these rules? Okay, so another person saying yes. All right, so it seems like there are exceptions, but what's to say and who's to say? Or what's to say when it's considered a white lie? Is it because you don't know if it's going to hurt somebody's feelings or not? You may not always know. Because some people said they want honesty. Somebody earlier said they want honesty. Let me read what somebody wrote. White lies are okay for subjective that can't readily substantiate, like nice outfit. Just because something isn't your taste doesn't mean it's not nice to 100 people. I agree. Subjective things. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it is. It is definitely a subjective thing. And what if you don't know it's going to hurt the person? So you find out that it's hurtful only after they, only after you make the statement. Because I've been with people where always tell me the truth. Are you sure? That this is one of the few times I've said, hey, are you sure? You want me to always tell you the truth? Yeah, no matter what, or you're just going to hurt my feelings. I said, okay. I forget some things, other things I don't forget. That's something I never forgot in that relationship. I said, okay. 6, 7 months later, a woman asked me, does this dress make me look fat? And without a second to think, other than, oh, she wants me to be honest. In that case, should I have said, what should I have said? Should I have said no, the little white lie, or should I have been honest? I'll tell you what I said, but what should I have said? Again, with the caveat that she said, always be honest with me, no matter what. What should I have said? The answer is no, you make the dress look fat. I just feel that if you can say something harmless and brightens a person's day through your words, maybe the honey needed to get through the next moment. Absolutely. I'm all about encouragement and uplifting spiritually or otherwise. I'm all about making people feel good and everything. I think that's a genetic thing. And so I'm all about saying and doing things. Someone say you're fat. Correction, if I can say something to brighten a person's day, do so. Told her the truth in a nice way. That dress doesn't flatter you, so try something else. Okay, so y'all are giving me some ideas. What do you think I said? Now, granted, you don't really, some of you don't really know me or may know of me or don't know me that well. What do you think I said? Again, months and months before, she said, always tell me the truth. Because I told her it was a 54-46 lie truth thing that I told her before. And I admit it, yeah, I said it, this is why I said it. Didn't make it right, but this is why I said it. But I asked her, are you sure, to her statement of always tell me the truth no matter what, even if you think it's going to hurt me, always tell me the truth. Are you sure? She said, yes. I said, okay. Wrote it down, mental Rolodex, and nope. She said, so, hey, does this dress make me look fat? I said, no, the dress don't make you look fat. Your face does, right? Because that's what I thought. Should I not have said that? Right? Because you can't tell me to always tell you the truth no matter what. Because again, earlier I said language has words and words have meaning, meaning definition. No matter what, I can only take that one way. So what else does that mean? No matter what, even if you think it's going to hurt my feelings. Like, it was more important for her to hear the truth no matter what. Who am I to not do what she asked, right? Because that's what you do in relationships. You give and take, and you. I mean, that's what we do. But see, somebody said I would just say some slick stuff back and change my outfit, but not everyone can take not everyone can take the truth. But yeah, she knew. Well, see, she knew it was fat, and I would never comment on it unless she asked me, "Hey, is my face fat?" And then I would go back, rewind back to that time when she made that comment. But you can't say, "Tell me the truth, no matter what." So then I tell you, but then there's some type of back and forth because I told you the truth. Because I'm always going to stand on. I'm always going to stay on that truth, which is you said to tell you the truth no matter what, even if it's going to hurt your feelings, right? That's what you said. So, needless to say, long story short, that was a long time ago, and I'm not with that person. I didn't think I did anything wrong because she asked me, "Does this dress make me look good?" Perfect opportunity for me to be honest, right? I don't know. Do y'all know anyone, or maybe you experienced this yourself? The truth, right? It's hey, what what should I have done? Or does anyone disagree with what I did? You didn't do anything wrong. Ask, and the door shall be open unto her. Hey, man, why are you uh, getting in that dress anyway? 'Cause, whatever. Anyone disagree with what I did? She asked, "Does this dress make me look fat?" Anyone disagree? I don't. When the door opened, her face was fat. I I think the problem is her face was fat when the doors open and closed and whatever. It was fat everywhere. But you can't say something like that to someone you're dating so heartlessly. You can't say something like that to someone you're dating so heartlessly. Okay, so should I then have not did what she asks? Again, let me say it just in case you missed a word or two, because words are important. She said, "Always tell me the truth, no matter what." I then asked her, "Are you sure?" She says, "Yes. Even if it's going to hurt my feelings, I always want to know the truth." Period. I said, "Okay, you got it." Dating, married, courting, engaged, whatever the case is, some things you must say sweetly. How could I have said that differently? It's sweetly, because I still now capture the essence of what I wanted to say. How could I have said that sweetly? She's not a man, and wait for a woman is sensitive. Wait for people who are bigger than they want to be is sensitive, regardless if you're a man or a woman. If you weigh more or bigger than you want to be, I think we all have a sensitivity with it. I'm heavier than no, forget what I was going to say. But I don't think that's just for a woman. I think that's because I used to be heavier than I wanted to be, much heavier than I wanted to be. And it wasn't the good, what you see now. Wait, maybe you should have lied to her. What do you think, T? No, no, something. Obese people have heightened sensitivity when it comes to weight. Yeah, that's true. And I'm not meaning to go there from a insensitivity thing or people who have problems with their weight and everything. That's not what this is about. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, it's we weight issues aren't just specifically or for women, and it's not just women who are overweight who are sensitive about their weight. That's all I'm saying. Paris Dyson, I like white lies. I know I gain weight, but when I speak to my husband or working out, he lies and says I gained a few pounds. I don't know, there was a fraudulent slip or what, but I didn't mean to say pies. I'll reread that. I like white lies. I know I gain weight, but when I speak to my husband about working out, he lies and says I gain a few pounds. I know damn well I gain more than a few. Okay, so you like those white lies. Now, would you be mad if he told you, if you told him, like the girl told me, like she told me, tell me the truth no matter what? I didn't say, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure, even if it's going to hurt my feelings. I say, okay. Would you have been mad if he didn't tell you that white lie? Oh, you only gained a few pounds. What if he would have? What if it wasn't a white lie? It was the truth. All right. A way I could have said that, sweetie, your face is a little puffy today. No, okay. So you gotta put it T in the context of that question. I can't say maybe try it another day. Your face is a little puffed today. Okay. So the girl asked me, does the stress make me look fat? You're saying I should have said, your face is a little puffy today. Maybe try it another day. I think you have a little water weight on you. I heard you say you wanted to tone anyway. Do you want to go to the gym with me? If by a little water weight, you mean one of those jugs and that you turn upside down, that type of water, not this type of water. There's a difference between fat shaming and telling the truth. See, that's the thing. I wasn't fat shaming because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in making fun of a person, especially if something that they're sensitive of. Now, if I do it unintentionally or I didn't know, that's something else. But I don't believe in fat shaming or making fun of people in general. Anyway, now I'll laugh at anything, but that's not something that I would intentionally do. So I wasn't fat shaming. I was just telling her the truth. Puffy sounds worse. Your face looks a little puffy today. It does sound worse. That's not a good thing. The truth hurts enough. May as well deliver gently. Stress can cause weight gain, so let's work out. Yeah, we're getting off topic, and it's a lot of things that cause weight gain and all that. Imagine a world where people want you to lie. Okay. I would get very angry if he called me fat. He ain't got to call you fat. No, go back to the statement that the conversation that I had. I didn't call her fat. She introduced the word fat to the conversation. That's not a word I would have used. You would then come back with a nasty comment about him. Okay. Or you could have said, baby, yes, the dress make you look fat. That was a lie. See? So what do I do? She said, tell me the truth no matter what. You're saying, does this dress make me look fat? If I were to say, yes, it does, that's a lie. That's a better way to say it. I don't know. I guess to each their own. Yeah, it's to each their own. But have you yourself or you've been around someone who told a lie, you've told it so often that they think it's the truth? Either you yourself or they told it so much that they think it's the truth. They honestly think it's the truth. So the face thing wasn't a cover to not just come out and say it. No, it wasn't a cover to just come out and say it because I wouldn't have said it. If she didn't ask me, does this dress make me look fat? I would not have said that. I wouldn't even brought up the word fat. I wouldn't even brought up weight, period. If she could have asked me a different question, how does this dress look on me? Say, I don't think that's something you should wear. Or it's a little, it doesn't go with your body style. I would have said something like that. Direct question, direct answer. All right, so somebody said, of course. I think they're saying, I don't know if you're saying, of course, to me asking, have you've said a lie so much you believe it, or you start to look at it as the truth, or you know someone who tells the same lie so much that they start to believe it. Y'all are really still on this dress thing. You could have said, baby, maybe you should pick another dress. Why? Her face wasn't going to change. So I would have just kept saying the same thing. What about this dress? Does this make me look face? Does this dress make me look fat? Nope. Still the face. Okay, yes, I asked, have I known someone that told the same lie so often that they look at it as the truth? And that's a scary thing. It is. It's a scary thing when we start to believe the lies that we're telling. And I'm not talking about scary in the sense of you're telling people and you're deceiving people and they don't know what to believe or what you're saying, almost like a person who cried wolf thing. I'm talking more of a like a cognitive dissonance type thing. Cognitive dissonance. That's something to expand on. Just in case you haven't heard of it. So what cognitive dissonance is, it happens when a person like has inconsistent thoughts or beliefs or attitudes, such when having to make like behavioral decisions or they have to make changes to their attitude. So again, cognitive dissonance is when a person has inconsistent thoughts or beliefs when they have to make some type of decision or behavior decision or changes to their attitude. Now, if you're not careful, this can grow into something else. So if you have these inconsistent thoughts, it can grow into something else. One thing is called imagination inflation. Imagination inflation. And whereas that's what that is where you start to imagine things. You start to imagine the false thing and your belief in that false thing or that lie becomes more likely. And see, this cognitive dissonance can lead to memory failure of the truth, where you forget what the truth is and you only remember the lie. So in a sense, that lie at some point mentally it's remembered as the truth. So you have to be careful when you're repeating the same lie over and over and over again, and it's being embedded in your memory, because then that cognitive dissonance or the inconsistent thoughts could cause something such as, again, imagination inflation, where you just start to imagine things and now you're again remembering that false thing is replacing the truth. And so the memory failure of, I know this is a lie, your memory will fail and you'll forget that it was a lie. So the truth will be put in its place. And that you remember that lie as a truth. So you will swear on the Bible and whatever else, like, no, this is really what happened. So you really got to be careful with that. So let's see. Is the thick thing a lie we begin to believe? Is the thick thing a lie we begin to believe? I'm not sure what you're saying. I think some people try to ride the coattails of the true body type and people let it be a white lie. We all know the truth. I think I know where you're going. I think some people try to ride the coattails of the true body type. What's the true body type? Is that such a thing? Thick body? Oh, you're not fat, you're thick? Sure. And be whatever you are. You know, if you want to be fat or thick or thin or whatever, be like yourself and go with it. You got to be happy with it. Happy National Women's Day, everyone. And there are women with beautiful thick bodies that really aren't fat. Sure. So that again is subjective because measurement tools or barometers have changed over the years. Just like pant sizes, people used to be able to fit in a 6. Now they can fit in 4, and so on and so on. So, but it's subjective. It's what you like and what you are. I'm not sure how we're still on this fat shaming thing. Some people are just thick. My wife, Meg the Stallion, is thick. Okay. All right. So I want to circle back to the beginning. Oh, but there are others that put themselves in the category and maybe really aren't. Yeah. Well, that's what we do, right? We gravitate to a particular type or category, and we will claim it. We will claim it and project it and really kind of ascribe to. This is what I am. And hang out with people like that, et cetera, and follow people who are like that, et cetera. But let's circling back to the question: who's the bigger liar, men or women? Men or women? And just to recap, we were talking about the conclusions from an article, an empirical study that I read, and about lying, or about lying. And I gave the APA definition of lie, which is a false statement known to be untrue that is made with the intention to deceive. I broke down those two components. The first is the accuracy of the information. The second is the intent to deceive people. And I was talking about how there was a few conclusions in that study. One, liars tell plausible lies that stay close to the truth. So when they lie, they try to be as honest as possible when they lie. And the other one, which is what really got this thing started, and I want to circle back to, is women were more likely to lie to make the person they were talking to feel good, while men lie most often to make themselves feel better. And that, and the final, I think there was another conclusion. I was talking about the most common trait of liars was to leave out certain information. So going back to the beginning, who do you think is the bigger liar? All right, so let's see. We got some, but there are others that put themselves in the category, and they are liars. T. Point is, wait for women is delicate, but it needs to be discussed for health reasons. A point of lesson for communication between men and women. Again, that's a person thing. T. Wait for women is delicate. I think it's delicate for men and women. It may be more delicate for women, but it's a health thing, and that's a completely different topic. Any untruth is a lie. We talked about that. I think you missed some of that. We were talking about white lies and 54%, leaving out 54% of the truth because men didn't want to cause confusion with the women. We didn't want women to be confused, so we would leave out 54%. Another person said, "A need to know basis." Hey, you didn't need to know that. Any untruth is a lie. So again, who is the bigger liar? Who do y'all think the bigger liar is? Out of everything we talked about. Women do it for others. Men's do it for self. Okay, you're saying women do it to protect others. Men do it for selfish reasons. So again, all right, so who's the bigger liar? We got one person saying woman, one person saying men. Both lie. Some do it and don't realize it, then get mad when called out, saying, "I don't recall what I said." That's true. Yep, that happened. And they may not recall, or they may recall, but I'm asking men or women. Now, who's the bigger liar? Not who lies. So you're saying both lie. That's not the question. The question is, who's the bigger liar? Men or women? Oh, but yeah, I really don't recall. Yeah. So who's the bigger liar? So T wrote, so for women lie to make others feel good, and men do it for selfish reasons. Men are the biggest liars because usually selfish lies are instructive. All right, so I can't acknowledge what you're saying about, because you're not saying men or women. And earlier I was talking about language have words and words have meaning. So what I'm meaning to say is what I'm actually saying. Who is the bigger liar? If women are lying to make others feel good, it's not to deceive. Okay, so you're playing on the second component with the intent to deceive the person. Well, you are, because you're telling something that's not true, because you're trying to make the person think something other than what it is. So good try, but no. And if men are lying to benefit themselves, it's usually to deceive. Okay, so I'm one of the ones who's going to always play advocate, devil's advocate. So what about the usually part? Let's talk about the part that's not usual, the other side, if they aren't lying to benefit themselves. What if a woman is too dumb to get the truth at times? Is that why you said earlier, sir, that you leave out 54% because you don't want to confuse them? I would say to that, I say, maybe hang around some different women. That's the person's view. They're entitled to view that. Yeah, so that's the person's view. I'm not sure what you're saying to, but I do want to conclude to, yes, sir. I do want to conclude this with by asking the question again: who's the bigger liar, men or women? I didn't say do y'all think it's equal. So the answer has to be men or women. To give another answer means you're not understanding the question. But who's the bigger liar, regardless of what we think, who the bigger liar is, or the biggest liar, or who lies better? We do have to be, I was talking about cognitive dissonance before, and the inconsistency in thought processes and how when you're making decisions. And if you're telling, see, it's easy to, it's work to remember the lie. It takes work to remember the lie. You don't have to remember the truth. You just got to be able to kind of recall it. You can jog the memory and kind of recall it. It's like riding a bike. But the lie, to remember that, it takes work. And y'all have heard, oh, the lie comes out, the lie will always come out. And then that may be so. But men, in my opinion, men and women both lie. I don't know who lies more. I don't know who's the bigger liar, because my subjective experiences say women lie more. But those are just my experiences, because I don't lie to myself, and I'm in relationships with women. I would have to say women. But that doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean that I'm right. So any final thoughts? I say lie to deceive. Does anyone here lie to not deceive? Is that such a thing? No, I don't think it's such a thing that you, even if it's telling your kids, hey, Santa Claus brought this, or telling your kids, I don't know, it's the root of Halloween has changed, so it's okay to participate. Well, I mean, whatever. So whatever. I can't think of a time where you're saying something that's not true and the intent is not to deceive, because by definition, a lie is that very thing. So a lie to deceive. Does anyone here lie to not deceive? I don't think so. That's not possible, because then it's not a lie. One person brought up earlier, it could be a misunderstanding. You could say something thinking one thing, but it actually proved to be another thing. See, then that's not a lie, because a lie, it has to be you willfully, falsely told someone something with the intent to deceive. So that would be a totally different word. We're no longer talking about lie. So we're not talking about lie at that point. You actually thought something and you weren't trying to deceive them. But to say Does anyone lie here not to deceive? That's impossible. I think that's very impossible to do because by definition, you can't. I thought that it might not have. I'm onto something. I hate I hate liars, although I'm one myself. You know, Dyson, that is a beautiful sentiment because I think if more people were honest with themselves, they would say, "Yes, I'm a liar." Just like we're all sinful, they would say, I'm a liar." I got in a debate with someone, I don't know, about a year ago, and they asked, "Well, how can you not like something done to you, but you do it?" I say very easily. You know how powerful the brain is. And this is one where you don't like something, even if you're that something. Like I let somebody do something to a child of mine. See, I'm not a murderer, right? But let somebody do something to a child of mine. And there isn't anything I wouldn't do. I'm trying to think of what I would not do to include murder. But I don't want that done to me. But best believe something's going to go down. So, and your statement made me remember that conversation that I had. People are generally good and aren't pathological liars. I think people are generally bad. They may not be pathological liars, but we intrinsically are bad people. That's the sin in us. We try to do good. I think we're bad people. But another topic for another day. I think when someone said they don't and they do, I'm not sure what you're saying. Enigma. I do not sin. I win. Man, what are you talking about? Basically, I'm cold as ice, twice as much. Never had a bad day in my damn life. Is Martin coming back? I heard he was coming back. Any other final words before we conclude? Martin, was a good show. Can't believe that ended. Martin was a good show. We'll wait a few more minutes to see if there's anything else y'all want to talk about. When is the next live? I was late today. So it's going to be this Saturday, probably at 6:30, maybe 7. But if you hit the notification bell and follow me, you know. But I think I did it last Saturday at 6:30. So I'm going to try that again. Yeah, it's going to be 6:30. I'm going to try that again. Final words, it's easier to tell the truth. Just be honest. That is true. It's easier to tell the truth. Although we learned there are some exceptions, such as white lies. Somebody said if her husband would have called her fat, it would have been on in so many words. So then, easier in what sense? Easier because you can remember it later, because you all you got to do is recall it. Easier in one sense. Easier in what sense? To track. Yeah, it's easier to track. Okay. But I think in her case, in that case that I gave you that example, where she said, if my husband called me fat, I would have said something back to him. It would have been easier for him to tell the lie, to lie. Honestly, is always best. Truth can come gently. It doesn't have to be harsh. Again, it goes back to what we talked about earlier, the white lies. Now you say in theory, right? My problem with people who say in theory is it's attached to in theory is one way, but in practice is another way. If something, and I don't think people really understand what that means and what they're saying. Are you saying in theory is one way, but in practice is another way? All right, you said, people lie to themselves the most, so what do we expect? Yeah, good question. Honesty is always best. Truth can come gently. It doesn't have to be harsh. Uh, that's up for debate. We kind of discussed that. Honesty is not always the best thing. There are these things called white lies. But T, you're saying in theory. So you're saying in theory it's one way, but in life or in practice it's another way. Can it mean something different, not just one view about the in theory? Nope, it can only mean one thing. But I can only say that based on, I need to hear her answer. I say in theory because people have a hard time being honest with themselves about themselves. Dealing with the truth takes willingness and maturity. So you're saying in theory it's easier to track, but in practice it's not? Is that what you're saying? Am I understanding you correctly? If you can just state the whole thing, I don't know. For another person, not sure what you're saying, but if she's saying what I think she's saying, no, you're wrong. If she's saying what I think she's saying, and I'll tell you why, but I need to hear her answer first. I say in theory because the people have, still need her to explain. While I assume she's typing, anybody else have any final remarks? We had one person say, final words, it's easier to tell the truth. Just be honest. I don't see in theory the way you do doesn't mean I am wrong at all. It absolutely means you're wrong. If I need her to finish, if what she's saying in theory is one way, I'm saying people lie to themselves and each other so much, even little white lies, that they have rarely heard the full truth about anything. So how can you remember the truth if you never spoke it? I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. But I was talking about in theory versus practice. And I thought that's where you were going because you said in theory. You said it's easier to track in theory. If it's easier to track in theory, the counterbalance of that on the other side of the equation is in theory it's this, but in practice it's this. And I thought you were counterbalancing that. So in theory it's one way, but it's not so much, but it's harder to do in practice. That's where I thought you were going. So that's why I said that. So if I think I misunderstood what you were saying. But going back to the previous comment, I don't see in theory the way you do doesn't mean I'm wrong at all. It absolutely means that you were wrong. So where I thought she was going was, in theory is easier to track, but in practice it's not. I mean, in practice, in practice it's hard. So she was going to say the opposite. In theory is easy, in practice is hard. And the reason why you're wrong, ma'am, is because there's no error in theory. If a theory is proven true, the error isn't in the theory, it's in the practice, right? So you can't say a theory is proven true, yet it doesn't work. So you wouldn't say, a person could never say, in theory, this works, but in practice it don't. Because then if it works in the theory, the error isn't the theory because you've already said that was true. You've already said it worked. The error is in the practice of it. So you would absolutely 100% be wrong in this case. If in theory something works, it's proven true. It can't be that the theory is true and the practice is wrong because of the theory. So it has to be the practice that would be in error, not the theory. So yes, you would be, no, so there are no theories that are correct, but that's not what she said. What she says in theory. So what she's saying is in theory, the rest of that statement works. She didn't say in theory it doesn't work. We're only talking about in theory something happens, right? So if she's saying in theory it's proven true, in theory it works. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about something totally different. I'm talking about elephants. You're talking about garage door openers. Something totally different. She's saying in theory this works. Can't say this is water, but this is not a pen. That's what you're saying. No. So I said that. I said I could have misunderstood. I presented my case. I said if she was saying this, you would be absolutely 100% wrong. I said that. So I could have, if you were listening, I said I could have misunderstood what you said. And I said, this is where I think she was going. I said that too. But if I understood her correctly, there can be no, you can't say something in theory, but say it doesn't work in practice. Impossible to do. But any final words? I don't know how we got there. I'll say no, there aren't any final words. I do thank everyone who participated and who's watching this. Who's the bigger liar? I don't know. We do have some strong opinions out there. How it's men in some cases, women in other cases, how it's okay to tell white lies, well, only certain types. We also know that, or learned that, if a person tells you, tell me the truth, no matter what, don't take that literally, because they still, like some people said, don't want to hear all the truth, especially if it's going to hurt them. So we're I don't know. We'll see how this thing revolves, or how it manifests later in life as we continue to, I don't know, lie to one another. Lie to one another. All right, so I'll see you all who is going to be participating for the next one. Be this Saturday at 6:30 Eastern time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time this Saturday. So, all right, this is Dr. O signing off.